This is The Post Up with DJ Tricey Trice. I'm running my mouth on everything hot in sports, news, drama, and whatever is blowing up the timeline. Let's get into it. This NBA season just couldn't start and come in and sit down. It had to be scandalous and leave such waves in the industry, y'all. It has been a crazy week in the NBA world. It's only 4 days into the season. 1, 2, 3, 4. It started off at the beginning of the week with Stephen A. Smith on the 7 p.m. in Brooklyn show talking about the fact that he just didn't like LeBron. He didn't like his ass is exactly what he said. And I thought that was crazy. Just in general, because when you are criticizing someone and then you take it into their family life and you're saying as a father, he then can subjectively take that any way he wanted to. He being LeBron James, okay? Stephen A. Smith is on national television. This is not like he's just talking this on his YouTube channel and somebody is not going to see it. Stephen A. Smith is on national television. So for him to then buy a ticket to the game and sit in such close proximity to LeBron for so long and think that he's not going to say anything and then blame the camera angles for what the situation looked like seems crazy to me, because LeBron James works at that arena. You buying a ticket, yes, you 100% have the right to do that, but you got enough money to sit in the box. You got enough money to sit wherever you wanted to sit. So you sitting courtside and then saying, he picked me out, is crazy to me. That doesn't make any sense. So my stance on Stephen A. Smith and the LeBron situation is that Stephen A. Smith is very dramatic. He is very successful for telling very colorful stories in the way that he does. Not saying that they're lies. I'm just saying it keeps you in your seat. That's why he's so good. That's why ESPN has given him this $10 million in this platform and all these different things. And he has different shows, endorsements. He can now even start into politics because he has that appeal. He's very charismatic. He's very outspoken. You also have to realize that the things that you see on the television are for entertainment purposes only. When I was a little girl, I loved the Power Rangers. Okay. I loved it. I loved everything about it. And I noticed that they were coming to my local mall. If you remember back in the day, I'm dating myself, early 90s, okay? I looked at it, I said, Daddy, take me to see the Power Rangers. And my daddy said, take you to see the Power Rangers? What do you mean? He looked at the newspaper clipping thing that I had showed him, and he was like, you know the Power Rangers not real, right? I said, what? He said, look, let's turn on the Power Rangers. So we turn on the Power Rangers. He said, look at their mouths. It's not even saying the words. Blew my mind. That was the very first time that I had even got introduced to dubbing. I didn't know what that was. He was like, it's dubbed in English. They're speaking a different language. These people, I want you to understand something. Anytime you turn on the TV, you need to assume that what you are watching is for entertainment purposes only. And that changed my whole mind. I didn't even care that the Power Rangers wasn't real. I had just broken the third wall and said, okay, well, cool. Well, if I can be this entertained by looking on the TV, I want to make stuff and be on that TV. I want to do that. So that is one of my origin purpose stories. Okay. In that same vein, Stephen A. Smith is an entertainer just as much as he's a journalist. He's even on General Hospital. Okay. He plays a tech guru that's a fixer. Okay, an electronic fixer for the Sonny the Killer. Y'all know Sonny. He been in that. Sonny done been on there. I'm not about to educate you on Sonny. And for the fellas that's watching, if you don't watch daytime TV, Sonny done been on General Hospital for, no, that's the name of it, General Hospital. He done been on there for like 20, 30 years. Stephen A. Smith is a fan of the show, and he plays Brick. Okay, a real life fixer. Like, he gets called in to do little tech murders and stuff like that. Like, that is what Stephen A. Smith does in the show. So just give him a little bit of grace in the fact that with respect to the LeBron situation, he was just being dramatic because he needed to attract more attention back to his platform for NBA with the sports, because he was talking about Jasmine Crockett and all this other stuff that was going crazy on the internet, and the NBA season was starting. It was very much on brand for him to drop that right then, because he been on TV all summer. He didn't say that. So you got to always think to yourself, why are they telling me this right now? Just like the same reason I'm telling you this right now. I'm telling you all of this information right now because the internet is going crazy about it. So I want you to hear my informed opinion because other people are talking about it. Except for Stephen A. Smith is one of the people who starts the conversation. That's it. That's all that's happening. There are other people who are starting conversations on Twitter and whatever their platform is, but he specifically is tasked with starting it on ESPN. And that's what happened with the whole LeBron, I don't like him. And then Russell Westbrook joins in. He said something. Again, he had all summer to say he didn't like that fake stuff too. But he waited until 5 days after he signed his contract with the Sacramento Kings to probably just remind us what team he's on. So Russ is over there. Again, no hate to Stephen A. Smith, to Russ, to none of them. But that's just how this entertainment game works and why everyone feels so compelled to talk about it. Now, let's move on to the topic of today, which is this NBA gambling controversy. So if you have not been on the internet, let me catch you up. Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trail Blazers and past NBA great, has been accused of participating in high stakes gambling rings that were like really frauds, mafia backed, allegedly, is what the FBI is saying. So the mafia was having them run illegal poker games, and they were luring in people with saying, hey, you can play with an ex-NBA player, or whatever. And then they were really just counting the cards and had all kind of markers on the card. So all the games were fixed. They had secret cameras inside of the thing. It was glasses that people would be wearing so you could see the markings on the card, all kind of stuff. So evidently, they're saying Chauncey Billups was a part of that. Now, Terry Rozier of the Miami Heat was also arrested, but for a different reason. They said he was getting money off like FanDuel and stuff. He had his friends bet the under, and he had them give him cash to the tune of $200,000 is so far what they're saying. So from what I'm hearing, those are two separate things. We all knew that they were looking into this for a long time. It's been way past the Trump administration. A lot of people are talking about this had to do with it. They were looking into this already because remember, Porter brother, he got banned for life, and he was playing for the Raptors. So that was a completely separate instance. But Terry Rozier and Chauncey Billups are right now who everybody is talking about. And my problem with this is if 31 people were indicted, and this was this mafia-led kind of situation, where are those people and why are we looking at Chauncey Billups and Terry Rozier? We want to see the mob people who I want to see the person who did the heist. I need to see the person who set up the cars. I want to know who did the tech thing. I want to know who was the brains of the operation. Okay, if the FBI gonna get on TV and say they figured out and they cracked this code, tell us what you see. This is taxpayer dollars. We want to be a part of the drama. We are the drama too. You got on TV to do all of this to show us these low-level people. I don't care nothing about that. So Stephen A. Smith got on TV this morning on ESPN on his show First Take and said that this is an attack and Trump is using the people that he's targeting as retaliation. I think he got that take right. So I'm half and half on Stephen A. Smith for this week. I think he was totally tripping on the LeBron thing, but he's right with the Trump thing because he said Trump has a huge history in entertainment. He owns casinos. He knows what they're doing, how they planning and all these things. So he's strategically painting the narrative. And I'm with it because if they had got on there and put 31 people face up there, I could have been like, oh my God, this is the biggest thing. But they're parading Chauncey Billups around. They just met him at the courthouse. Terry Rozier was shackled in Hornets gear. Like, what is going on here? Never in a million years have we saw NBA players be treated like that. This is exactly what Stephen A. Smith said. I think this is a targeted attack. I think this is a sign that there will be more. I don't know to what end, but to me, it just seems frivolous. This is taxpayer dollars. Everybody's worried about SNAP benefits and 20 million people being hungry around Thanksgiving time because the government is shut down and all of this. Why are we spending taxpayer money on the NBA? Who cares? Rich people getting richer. There are so many poor people who are poor. We got people who are hungry. It costs $852 to watch all the NBA games, and you want to hit us with a FBI probe? It's just crazy to me. It just doesn't make any sense. We just want to talk about basketball and chill, and now it's like we're roped into some drama. Okay, do your investigating. But I think also too, shouldn't this be on the burden of the NBA? Now they said those two are out on leave, and okay, whatever. Why are we spending time and making press conferences about this? It just seems so small. It seems like we're majoring in the minors, especially if you name drop, you went out of your way to tell us this was a mafia run ring. Where are those people? Why aren't these images readily available? Why is all these other people on ESPN and it's not showing the people who are at the top? Who orchestrated it? Who done it? Who solved Scooby-Doo, pull off the mask. Who faced behind it? That's what we want to know. We the people want to know. So, like I said, Stephen A. Smith, he's right when he right. He wrong when he wrong. I can't for the life of me think why he got involved in politics. I don't even want to, this is the only part the political episode I'm going to even mention. And only because it got to do with Stephen A. Smith and not his gambling and FBI. Who knew I was going to talk about that this week? You didn't know. None of us knew. But the NBA week has been crazy. Let me know your thoughts on what you've heard so far, things you saw on the internet, conspiracies. Let's have an open dialogue because I don't think this is going to end anytime soon. This might be one of the most televised NBA. Maybe Adam Silver is in it. Adam the villain has written this. Y'all wanted the NBA script so bad. They done wrote this like a daytime drama because this is some General Hospital Beyond the Gates, daytime CBS kind of entertainment. Again, I go by the name of DJ Tricey Trice, and I'm always posted up right here, running my mouth about sports. Thanks for tuning into this episode, and I got a special one for you tomorrow. I done got in a NASCAR, y'all. I'm going to just give you that quick teaser. Make sure you tune into tomorrow's episode and keep it locked always here where I stay posted up, running my mouth about sports. All right, that's a wrap on the post up. I ran my mouth, said what I said, and now it's your turn. Drop a comment, share it, and come back tomorrow because I'm not done talking. And make sure you follow me on social media at DJ Tricey Trice. That's at DJ TRICEY TRICE. I'll be posted up here, y'all.